Life in a Year. Written and published by TalesFits. Chapter 1. Meeting Elizabeth. Jack Walker was a high school senior who seemed to have it all. His athletic prowess on the track field, his excellent grades, and the unwavering support of his family painted a picture of a young man with a promising future. Yet beneath this exterior, Jack felt an emptiness he couldn't quite place. Despite his achievements, he longed for something deeper, something that would truly make him feel alive. One crisp autumn afternoon, Jack decided to take a walk in the local park, seeking solace and clarity. The park was a tapestry of vibrant colors, the leaves turning brilliant shades of red, orange, and yellow, creating a picturesque scene. The air was cool and invigorating, carrying the faint scent of earth and foliage. As he wandered aimlessly, laughter from near the fountain caught his attention. Intrigued, he followed the sound. The sight that greeted him was enchanting. A girl feeding pigeons by the fountain. Her bright red hair cascaded in waves, catching the sunlight and reflecting its warm glow. Her laughter was a melody of pure joy, and her smile seemed to light up the entire park. Jack felt an inexplicable pull toward her. Driven by curiosity and an odd sense of destiny, he approached her. "Hi, I'm Jack," he said, offering a friendly smile. The girl looked up, her green eyes twinkling with curiosity and warmth. "Hi, Jack. I'm Elizabeth." They began talking, and Jack found himself captivated by Elizabeth's vivacity and enthusiasm. She spoke with a passionate intensity about art, her eyes lighting up as she described her love for sketching and painting. Elizabeth's artistic soul was evident in the way she observed the world. Her ability to find beauty in the ordinary was both refreshing and inspiring. As their conversations deepened, Jack learned about Elizabeth's life philosophy: to embrace every moment and find joy in the present. Elizabeth's view of life contrasted sharply with Jack's more traditional, goal-oriented approach. She encouraged him to see the beauty in the everyday and to live fully in the moment. Their connection grew stronger with each passing day. They explored the city together, discovering hidden gems and sharing their dreams. Elizabeth's presence in Jack's life was transformative, filling the gaps he hadn't realized existed. Her carefree attitude and passion for life made him question his own priorities and ultimately led him to embrace a more profound sense of living. Chapter 2. Falling in Love. Jack and Elizabeth's friendship quickly evolved into a deep, meaningful relationship. Their days were filled with laughter, exploration, and shared experiences that strengthened their bond. They frequented art galleries, visited cozy cafes, and spent countless hours discussing their hopes and dreams. One sunny afternoon, they decided to have a picnic in the park where they had first met. Elizabeth prepared a delightful spread, including Jack's favorite sandwiches and a variety of fresh fruits. They found a secluded spot under a large oak tree and spread out their blanket. The gentle rustling of the leaves and the distant sounds of laughter created a serene backdrop for their intimate picnic. As they enjoyed the meal, Jack marveled at how Elizabeth's presence seemed to brighten even the simplest of moments. Her laughter was infectious, and her ability to appreciate the small joys of life was something Jack had come to cherish. "Do you ever think about the future?" Jack asked, as Elizabeth sketched their picnic scene. Elizabeth paused, her pencil hovering above the sketch pad. "Sometimes, but I try not to let it overshadow the present. I believe in making the most of every day and savoring each moment." Jack nodded thoughtfully, realizing how Elizabeth's perspective had influenced his own. "I want to be with you, Elizabeth. I want us to share our lives and create lasting memories." Elizabeth's smile grew tender, and she reached out to hold Jack's hand. "I want that too, Jack. But there are things about me that you don't know. Things that might change how you feel." Jack's heart raced as he squeezed her hand. "Nothing could change how I feel. I love you, Elizabeth. I want to be with you no matter what." Elizabeth's eyes shimmered with unshed tears. "I have a terminal illness, Jack. The doctors have given me only a year to live." The world seemed to spin around Jack as he struggled to absorb Elizabeth's words. He stared at her, his mind racing. "A year?" he whispered, his voice trembling. Elizabeth nodded. tears rolling down her cheeks. "I didn't want to burden you. I didn't want you to stay out of pity." Jack shook his head, his own tears flowing freely. "Elizabeth, I don't pity you. I love you. If we only have a year, I want to make every moment count. I want to be with you and create unforgettable memories." Elizabeth's tears turned into a relieved smile. "Are you sure? It won't be easy." Jack wiped her tears away and cradled her face gently. "I'm sure. We'll face it together, and I'll make this year the best it can be." Their first kiss was filled with an intensity that spoke of their deep connection and shared resolve. From that moment, they were inseparable, embarking on a journey to make their remaining time together as beautiful and meaningful as possible. Chapter 3: The Heartbreaking Truth. After Elizabeth's revelation, their days were a whirlwind of emotions. Jack dedicated himself to making their time together extraordinary. He spent hours researching her illness, seeking any possible treatments, and discussing options with doctors. However, Elizabeth was adamant about living in the moment and enjoying their time together, rather than focusing on her illness. One evening, under a blanket of stars, they lay on a picnic blanket in a secluded spot they had discovered. The night sky was clear, with countless stars twinkling above. Jack held Elizabeth close, his heart full of both love and sorrow. "I've been thinking a lot about what you said about living in the moment," Jack began, his voice soft. "And I think you're right. We should focus on making every day special." Elizabeth's eyes shone with a mix of affection and sadness. "I'm glad you understand, Jack. I want our time together to be filled with joy, not sadness." Jack nodded, pressing a gentle kiss to her forehead. "Let's make a list of all the things you want to do. We'll make sure we do them all, no matter what." They spent the following days creating Elizabeth's bucket list, a mix of simple pleasures and grand dreams. It included watching the sunrise, dancing in the rain, and having a picnic on the beach. Among the bigger dreams were visiting Paris and seeing the Northern Lights. Jack promised Elizabeth that they would achieve every item on the list. Their first adventure was a day trip to the beach. They packed a picnic basket with Elizabeth's homemade treats and drove to the coast. The journey was filled with laughter and songs on the radio. When they arrived, they found a secluded spot with soft sand and gentle waves. They spent the day swimming, building sandcastles, and talking about their dreams. As the sun began to set, they danced on the sand, their laughter mingling with the sound of the waves crashing at their feet. Elizabeth looked radiant in the golden light, her red hair glowing like a halo. As the sky turned dark, they lay on their blanket, watching the stars emerge. Elizabeth turned to Jack and said, "Thank you for today. It was perfect." Jack smiled, feeling a deep sense of gratitude. "Every day with you is perfect, Elizabeth. I promise we'll make the most of every single one." The following weeks were a whirlwind of adventures. They attended concerts, took cooking classes, and visited art galleries. Elizabeth's enthusiasm for life was infectious, and Jack found himself embracing each day with a new appreciation. One day, they visited an amusement park. Elizabeth's love for roller coasters was evident as she excitedly dragged Jack from ride to ride. Jack, who was not fond of heights, found himself exhilarated by Elizabeth's excitement. They laughed and screamed together, their joy palpable. As they stood in line for the tallest roller coaster, Elizabeth turned to Jack with a mischievous grin. "Are you scared?" Jack laughed nervously. "A little, but if you're with me, I can handle it." Elizabeth squeezed his hand reassuringly. "I'm always with you, Jack." The ride was a thrilling experience, and Jack couldn't help but join Elizabeth in the ecstatic screams and laughter. When they got off, they collapsed on a nearby bench, still holding hands and giggling. That night, as they lay in bed, Jack held Elizabeth close, feeling the rapid beat of her heart and the warmth of her breath. He cherished these moments, knowing that each one was precious. "Elizabeth," he whispered, "I love you more than words can say. I can't imagine my life without you." Elizabeth looked up at him, her eyes filled with love. "I love you too, Jack. You've made my life so beautiful. I wouldn't trade our time together for anything." As the months passed, Elizabeth's health continued to decline. She had more frequent hospital visits and struggled with everyday tasks. Jack stayed by her side, offering unwavering support and comfort. Despite the difficulties, they found joy in the little things: movie nights at home, picnics in the park, and Elizabeth's continued sketches. One rainy afternoon, they decided to check off another item on Elizabeth's bucket list: dancing in the rain. They stepped outside, the cool rain soaking their clothes and hair. Jack took Elizabeth's hand and spun her around, her laughter echoing through the empty streets. They danced until they were both breathless and drenched, collapsing in a fit of giggles. As they stood there, holding each other in the rain, Jack felt a profound sense of love and connection. He knew that their time together was limited, but he was grateful for every moment they had. Elizabeth had taught him to live fully and love deeply, lessons he would carry with him always. Through their journey, Jack and Elizabeth's love remained strong. They faced each challenge together, finding strength in their bond. Their year was filled with beautiful memories, each one a testament to their love and the life they had built together. Chapter 4: A Year of Memories. Jack and Elizabeth's year together was a testament to their love and determination. Despite Elizabeth's declining health, their bond grew stronger with each passing day. They were committed to making every moment count and lived each day with a sense of purpose and joy. One of their most memorable adventures was their trip to Paris. Jack had been secretly saving up for months, planning this surprise for Elizabeth. When he presented her with plane tickets, her reaction was priceless. The sheer joy and disbelief on her face were moments Jack would treasure forever. Paris was everything they had hoped for and more. The city's charm, history, and romance created the perfect backdrop for their adventure. They visited iconic landmarks like the Eiffel Tower, where they shared a kiss at the top, overlooking the breathtaking view of the city below. They took leisurely strolls along the Seine River, savoring the picturesque scenery and the romantic atmosphere. Elizabeth's artistic spirit came alive in Paris. She sketched scenes from their trip, capturing the beauty and essence of the city. Jack watched with admiration as Elizabeth's pencil brought the city to life on paper. Her passion for art was evident in every stroke, and Jack marveled at her talent. One evening, they dined at a charming restaurant with outdoor seating. The ambience was magical, with twinkling fairy lights and the fragrance of fresh flowers in the air. As they enjoyed their meal, a street musician began to play a soft, romantic tune. Jack stood up, extending his hand to Elizabeth. "May I have this dance?" he asked with a smile. Elizabeth's eyes sparkled with joy as she took his hand. They danced under the stars, the music wrapping around them like a warm embrace. For a moment, time seemed to stand still, and it was just the two of them, lost in their love. After their trip to Paris, they continued to create beautiful memories together. Jack arranged a surprise hot air balloon ride for Elizabeth. As they floated above the countryside, Elizabeth's eyes were filled with wonder. She gazed at the landscape below, her face radiant with awe. "This is incredible, Jack," Elizabeth said, her voice filled with emotion. "Thank you for making all my dreams come true." Jack smiled and kissed her gently. "Anything for you, Elizabeth. I want to make every moment special." Another item on their bucket list was to visit a local animal shelter. Elizabeth had always loved animals, and spending time with the dogs and cats brought her immense joy. They played with the animals, and Elizabeth's laughter was a welcome sound in the shelter. They decided to adopt a playful kitten named Luna, who quickly became a cherished member of their family. As Elizabeth's health continued to decline, Jack became her steadfast support. He was always there to assist with daily tasks, provide comfort, and offer encouragement. Despite the challenges, they found solace in each other's love and in the simple pleasures of life. One particularly difficult day, Elizabeth was too weak to get out of bed. Jack stayed by her side, holding her hand and telling stories to lift her spirits. He reminisced about their adventures and their dreams, focusing on the positive aspects of their time together. "Do you remember our picnic in the park?" Jack asked with a smile. "And how we danced in the rain?" Elizabeth's eyes softened as she nodded. Those were some of the best moments of my life, Jack. Thank you for making them so special. Jack's heart ached with love and sadness. You made them special, Elizabeth. Your spirit, your joy, your love. You made everything beautiful. Elizabeth's eyes filled with tears. I love you, Jack. More than words can ever say. I love you too, Elizabeth. Always, Jack replied, his voice trembling with emotion. As the days grew shorter and Elizabeth's condition worsened, Jack stayed by her side, cherishing every moment. They continued to find joy in their shared experiences, holding on to the love that had defined their journey. Chapter 5: The Final Farewell. As Elizabeth's illness progressed, the days grew more challenging. Jack remained by her side, his heart heavy with the knowledge that their time together was running out. Each moment was a precious gift, and Jack was determined to make the most of it. One crisp winter morning, Jack awoke to find Elizabeth struggling to get out of bed. Her face was pale, and her breathing was labored. Fear gripped Jack's heart, but he forced a gentle smile and helped her sit up. "Good morning, beautiful," Jack said softly, brushing a strand of hair from her face. Elizabeth managed a weak smile. "Good morning, Jack. I think today might be a good day to stay in bed." Jack nodded, his heart aching. "Whatever you want, Elizabeth. I'm here." They spent the day in bed, talking and reminiscing about their adventures. Elizabeth's voice was weak, but her spirit remained strong. She clutched Jack's hand, her eyes filled with love and gratitude. "Jack, thank you for everything," she said softly. "You've given me more love and happiness than I ever thought possible." Tears welled up in Jack's eyes. "No, Elizabeth. Thank you. You've changed my life in ways I can't even begin to describe. You've taught me to live fully, to love deeply, and to find joy in every moment." Elizabeth's eyes shimmered with tears. "Promise me you'll keep living that way, even after I'm gone. Promise me you'll find happiness." Jack's heart was heavy, but he nodded. "I promise, Elizabeth. I'll carry your spirit with me always, and I'll live my life in a way that would make you proud." Elizabeth's strength was fading, but her smile remained. "That's all I need to hear, Jack. I love you always." "I love you too, Elizabeth. Forever and always," Jack whispered, his voice breaking. As evening fell, Elizabeth's breathing grew more labored. Jack held her close, his heart breaking as he felt her slipping away. He kissed her forehead, tears streaming down his face. "Rest now, my love," he whispered. "I'm here with you." Elizabeth's eyes fluttered closed, and a peaceful smile spread across her face. She took one last breath and then was gone. Jack remained by her side, his heart shattered but knowing she was at peace. He whispered words of love and gratitude, his tears mingling with hers. In the days that followed, Jack found solace in the memories they had created together. He honored Elizabeth's wish by living his life fully, carrying her spirit with him in everything he did. He completed their bucket list in her memory and continued to sketch and draw, inspired by Elizabeth's artistic spirit. Jack established a foundation in Elizabeth's name, dedicated to supporting others with terminal illnesses. The foundation provided resources, support, and experiences for those facing similar challenges, helping them create beautiful memories with their loved ones. Jack poured his heart into this endeavor, ensuring that Elizabeth's legacy lived on in the form of hope and support for others. One sunny afternoon, Jack visited the park where he had first met Elizabeth. He sat on the bench near the fountain, reflecting on the day that had changed his life forever. He pulled out a sketchbook and began to draw, capturing the scene with the same love and attention to detail that Elizabeth had taught him. As he sketched, a sense of peace washed over him. He felt Elizabeth's presence in the gentle breeze and the warmth of the sun. Jack had kept his promise. He was living fully, loving deeply, and finding joy in every moment. In doing so, he honored the legacy of the woman who had taught him to see the beauty in life and to cherish every precious moment. Years later, Jack stood on a stage, accepting an award for his work with the foundation. He dedicated the award to Elizabeth, sharing their story and the lessons she had taught him. The audience was moved to tears, inspired by the love and resilience that had defined their journey. As he left the stage, Jack looked up at the sky, feeling Elizabeth's presence with him. He whispered a silent thank you, grateful for the love that had changed his life forever. Disclaimer: this story, Life in a Year, was written and published by TalesFits. All rights are reserved, and the copyright belongs to TalesFits. For more information about this story, please visit our website at www.talesfits.com and search for Life in a Year. Thank you for listening. Please comment, like, and share. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories. See you next time.